What was in the ground in the loop? And some secrets in the episode no one paid attention to. We will tell you about them, so make sure you watch the video till the end. Hello! The fourth episode begins without an opener, which makes me in the direction of doubt about the entire work. I wondered if the work took the same approach in the first and second episodes, by presenting facts about this world and expanding on the history of this disaster. It is sufficient to describe the information presented in the first two episodes, which boils down to the beginning of this disaster, which was precisely from contaminated foodstuffs. I do not hide from you, which made me admire the series in the first two episodes, is the new material that he presented, and not only narrating the events of the game. The new material and new information provided by the series served as an added value. And if the series loses it in the coming episodes, they will miss the opportunity to make a series and an integrated world. This is my reproach in all frankness. The third episode and the fourth episode without an opening. Also, I don't know if this will continue in the coming episodes or not. I was optimistic in the first and second episodes. The fourth episode, in my view, is divided into two basic parts. The first section represents the relationship between Joel and Ellie, how this relationship develops logically. The second section reflects man's burning desire to survive, even if at the expense of another human being. This section is significantly different from what was presented at the same stage in the game. Yes, the common denominator is the hunter group, but eating them in the series is very different from eating them in the game. But regarding the first section, I personally liked all the conversations that took place between the character of Joel and Ellie. Most of these dialogues were adapted from the game, yet it was not a weakness for me. Rather, its embodiment gave a special character to the relationship between these two characters. Ellie's character made me laugh in more than one situation when I asked Joel to explain the law of physics as how matter goes from a low level to a high level, or even when she gave Joel a tape and told him this is from your generation. But he is much older than the Joel generation. The two, Joel and Ellie, you as a viewer feel that they have a special relationship. She also feels that even the characters are sensitive to this special relationship. Feeling the bonds between them, however, they hide these feelings from each other. Joel, after the death of his daughter Sarah, we've never seen him sympathize with someone like he sympathizes with Ellie. Yes, Ellie for him is a commodity, but his actions suggest that he has some sympathy for this child. So even Ellie did not relate in a human being who did not have a father and mother. Her mother died while she was an orphan. However, you feel that there is an emotional and parental connection between Joel and Ellie. I love the song that worked. This song also worked in the game. Its translation is outcast and forgotten. Her words are about a love that arises in spring and withers with winter. And I believe that her words in general apply as much as possible to Joel and his daughter Sarah when the whole world was blessed with spring with serenity that there was a fungal infection. Or even possible to apply to Joel, Tess, and winter. Here it could be the death of Tess, the absence of Tess, or the absence of security in general. I honestly love the song. I read its lyrics after I saw the episode. For sure, I don't remember originally that I focused on the song when I played the game, and I think that the song applies to Joel with Ellie or even Joel with Sarah. And the strange relationship between Joel and Ellie, that they don't admit that there is a relationship between them. They noticed that Ellie was joking more than once. And the end of the episode is a joke, and it became something else. But now in these moments when Ellie was joking, Joel was not giving her attention. But when Ellie wondered if it was possible for fishermen to reach this place, possible to pray for them in this simple camp, we noticed then Joel did not sleep and took the role of an observer, as if he was afraid for the character of Ellie, possible afraid for himself. But the question of the character of Ellie raised in this fear, aroused in this interest towards this child. Joel and Ellie Kathleen were given two new threads in the most recent episode of the show, and the group of hunters she headed, as well as the underground danger to the city. The reality about what's under the ground is that it appears as though it's going to be a bunch of floaters. Despite the fact that it appeared to be throbbing and ready to erupt out of the floor, Kathleen made the decision to ignore it and stated that they would deal with the immediate issue at hand, finding Henry and Sam, and then she would inform the residents of what was beneath the structure. I was perplexed by Kathleen's strategy because she appeared to be aware of the danger lurking beneath them, but decided to just block off the building and search for two people who were largely harmless in the larger scheme of things. When compared to a group of bloaters that were soon to be erupting from the ground, judging by the trailer for next week's episode, it looks like Kathleen's decision to push them to the back of her mind is going to come back to bite her, and also the residents of the city. Among the things we also knew from the episode, or from Joel and Ellie, she is the character of Tommy. How did Joel and Tommy get to Boston? Joel was simply describing his brother Tommy as a revolutionary and unruly person. He participated in Desert Storm and Desert Storm from the famous battles in the War of Liberation of Kuwait. Since then, Tommy has been an unruly person other than that. Tommy is the one who signaled Joel to move to Boston and joined a group of humans who arrived in Boston, and there he got to know Tess. And later Tommy because he possesses specific fighting skills. He joined a group and now Tommy is absent in Joel. I'm afraid that I might join another group or something could happen. During the first half of the episode, I loved every scene. I loved every corner. I felt that every corner tells the story of every corner in which there is a story. Frankly, every angle is tired of optics. As for the second part of the episode, there is a big difference between the game and the series. The game relies heavily on gameplay that you as a player how to control the course of the story. How do the characters fight? How to fight hunters and how to try to survive this place. While the series made a story about the hunters in particular, it made them a background of how they started. I do not hide you frankly at the beginning of the second section when Joel entered the place of the hunters I felt afraid, and one of the most special moments in the episode and the fight that took place between them at the beginning was a terrible fight, and its direction was excellent in all honesty, and even Ellie intervened and saved Joel served the relationship between the character of Ellie and the character of Joel. If I compare here between the version of the series and the version of the game, this event is the common denominator. This event is an important turning point in the personal relationship between Joel and Ellie. How Joel started to trust Ellie. Overall, Ellie helped Joel with the game, but in a different way. And here I have to talk about the character of Kathleen character of the new characters. And I am fully confident that I did not hate an actor unless he performed his role as he should. I mean, for example, Jack Gleason, who introduced the character of Joffrey, made the whole world agree to hate him. Why? Because he played Joffrey's character perfectly, while Kathleen hated me not because she played the role perfectly, but because she never played the role. The scene of introducing the character Kathleen. It was supposed to be a majestic scene to introduce an evil character who would not make me sleep, but as I saw the scene, I did not feel threatened. I did not feel nervous, nor did I feel that the actress made an effort to present this character with full regret until later when I killed the doctor and the sermon in front of the revolutionaries. I thought to myself, why do they follow this character? I mean, there is nothing special in it. I may be wrong, but if you agree with me, write to me under the comments what I felt anything special presented by the character Kathleen. Generally, Kathleen character has no presence in the game, but they try to make a story about it. Henry's character is clearly present in the game while Kathleen is not in the game. By the way, the character of Henry and shied by her brother, which made her brother topple Phaedra's hand. Later, they turned on Phaedra, and now she is looking for revenge for her brother either from Doctor or even from Henry Access. My rate for the episode is 9/10. If you like the review of the episode of the series, don't forget to support us in subscribing to the channel to post more reviews.